Alright. What the hell? Nope. That's annoying. I wonder if that shows up in... Oh, give me a second. I was under the impression that it had already... Well, that was awkward. Glad I caught that, though. Where's my phone at? Give me 1 second. Alright. Ugh. Why? It's so awkward. Give me a second, and I'll be in the game. I just need a second to figure something out. This is genuinely frustrating, honestly. Where even is that? Come on. There we go. Good. Finally decides to work. Let's try this for a second. Okay, I'm gonna need to exit out of the game for a minute. I'm sorry. I can't fucking deal with this. It's still not going to register my controller for some reason, and it's not even Steam that's not registering it. It's just straight up the game isn't registering it for some reason. At least it's not letting me launch using it. Whatever. Let's see. So is it picking up the game or not? This is such a clusterfuck. Alright. There we go. Which one were we on? This one, right? Yeah, should be. It says investigation, but anyway. Getting tired of waiting. Let's say we just get started.
It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings.
Give me 1 second. My fingers. Okay. Oof. Alright.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. Know where I have to go. Alright. No choice. Let's get this started. You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you! We're afraid that you'd be discovered as the murderer, are you?
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. I had to check to see that my audio was on. Actually... fucking hell. So how did I even turn it on to auto? Oh. This game. Transcripts. I mean, I know because I pressed space that that's what happened, but that wasn't even supposed to happen. Anyway. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it. But... And then... Was I even gonna check? Alright, my audio levels, they look fine. Alright. But... I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know... Wow. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Right. It's just go. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said this before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed, and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school's basement. Wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Oh wait. It doesn't matter who that was. Anyway. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Dude, shit.
Not even close. It's total shit.
well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now. Hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. Just want to move my mic a little bit. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we all sat there. I mean, it looks like everyone's standing, but whatever. That's fine too. And so, the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. Sorry, I was checking something. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly faith. A deadly class trial. Ugh. Alright, sure. Yeah, we can save over that since that's basically what we were supposed to do there. Ooh, open e-handbook. Sure. Oh. Set skills? I don't believe I have any. Oh, increase damage to the opponent when statement is destroyed. Effective during bullet time, costs 3 SP? Sure. Increase damage to an opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. I don't even know what that is, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, we should probably read through, or we'll check what truth bullets we have. We have that, evidence of a struggle, replica sword sheath, switching rooms, toolkit, sorry I was checking something again. Makoto's room cleanliness, Saika's wrist, dying message, bathroom door frame, doorknob, dorm nameplates, kitchen knife set, Ali's account, that's a good one. Trash duty, incinerator, burnt shirt, and shattered crystal ball. Alright. Let's begin. Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Alright.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
I am sure that there is no way in hell someone just gets to leave if they graduate. Like, they're for sure gonna have something else bad happen to them. There's no way they just get to leave.
Of course!
Okay then, everyone close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Oh no. Honestly, I got the same vibes of that "oh no" Knuckles thing from this guy's voice just for a second
Don't
there.
be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Okay.
Friendship penetrates?
What the fuck?
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
One of them is left for the horned rat.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
There's gonna be another person.
First up is the case summary. Now,
For sure.
let the class trial begin.
Like, there is for sure another person. It's maybe the last person we do is Monokuma? I'm not sure. It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. I'm curious. Can I just really save and load? Okay. Nice. First non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. All things progress during each class trial. You will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It is up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Fuck, I'm not gonna get to use the controller. And let's see. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Let me switch over to my mouse because, yeah.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Evidence of a
No,
struggle.
it's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Objection.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
Oh, for sure. I'm losing feeling in my foot.
Between who and
second.
who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Who is this voice actor? He sounds
So you're
familiar.
saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Good question.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Ah, yes.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. I mean, that... I feel like we already know, but yeah, the kitchen knife. The one that we already saw. Whatever.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that
Within
is the
a
murder
second
weapon.
after this.
So the killer used some random knife they had.
No, that's wrong! No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a good minute. Just give me a second, or well, give me a minute and I'll be back. This is bullshit, but whatever, I'll be back.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
God damn it.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
Why did it start on auto again? Okay, I have to apparently pause it, or else it's just gonna go on auto, which pisses me off. I'll be back. That's so many levels of bullshit! I'm actually kind of mad that that fucking happened. Because now I need to catch up on everything. God damn it. For one, now I need to check the options to see if it just does that automatically. No. There's no way to fucking change that. That pisses me off! I'm not even gonna try to do it in their voices. That's such bullshit. They had, no, I don't think it was a kitchen knife, huh? Kitchen knife. After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives of the kitchen was missing, which means the knife must be the murder weapon. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. You could have sort of seen the weapon sticking out of her stomach, and if you look really close, you can totally see that being a kitchen knife. Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but what does that? But where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right? That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need? Hold on a second. Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial? Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion. There we go. Fuck you, game.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
curious if I just sit here, it's gonna do it for no reason. Let's wait for a little bit longer. Or if there's maybe some reason it was doing it. I don't know why, but okay, it looks like whatever. I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure, yeah.
You really believe that?
He's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. Give me 1 second to check something. Alright. Alloys and count? Okay.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? You did it in secret. Nobody was in the...
No, that's wrong!
That's wrong, because we did have someone in the dining room.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Asahina, Aoi.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Oh man, I just realized how messed up her, I'm not sure if that's first or last name there. AOI, that's like 3 different kana. Oh, that's a little bit weird to try and pronounce, but Aoi. That is very strange to try and pronounce, at least I think so. Anyway. Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying that the knife disappeared while you were drinking tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Why would they do that? Because, you know, if one of them's black, that's a really bad...
Idiot swimmer girl?
Oh, also, yeah, that's a little bit mean.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Her voice actress also seems... Oh man, she is freaking out on the left. What the fuck? Holy shit.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, 2 people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Alright.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife.
So we can, like, for sure know that there are no accomplices in this series. Unlike Ace Attorney, where it's all accomplices.
So I'm not the killer.
Well, and the murderer,
Okay,
but yeah.
so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means
Interesting.
we have airtight alibis.
Nice.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school's regulations?
Not at all,
We're
actually.
not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Exactly.
I don't think that's a problem.
Not at all.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
He's around the two dead people as well.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Also, I thought... whatever.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here, are you talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Oh. Man, that's heavy shit. I'm gonna save. Anyway. Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
Obviously.
That's the only possibility.
Yes. For now.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
To think of it.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
That's...
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
Yep, and... that's interesting.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
Because I forget how this happened, exactly.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Possibly.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
Oh my god, the way that their models just go... I'm not sure if mine's gonna, like, properly be able to show... Okay, but it's just ridiculous.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all
Oh yeah,
off in
no,
the wrong
it
direction?
definitely does it.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Sure. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Would you like to know more? Absolutely. As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this reveal is an important phase related to the incident in question. You have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim, then press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. Yes, me saving, because I've heard these can be... Oh, never mind. I don't got much of a choice. If we can just figure out what that something is. Roy McMahon's Gambit. There. Where's the number R? Wait, what number? Letter R. There. Hair.
Now I understand.
Bleeds.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room?
Right?
It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
But
That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yep.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, but like you're not coming up with any ideas to for me.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Yep.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
True.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
Nope.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
Yes.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom.
I'm a little bit
There
old.
was clear
you can see
evidence
right now.
left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
I do. The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. There it is, doorknob.
I got it!
There we go.
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Yes.
The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Would you like to know more? From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one liar contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important. Because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck, and have fun. Alright.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope.
No, that's wrong. The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Thanks, asshole.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
Yeah, we get it. He's not lucky at all.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the
Oh, fuck. No, you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked. So they didn't know the door was door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Yep.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Right?
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Right?
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
God, she's gotta, like... Her voice actress, I really want to know who it is, because it sounds so familiar.
It's fine, it's fine.
I'll look it up
Just ask your
after, I
question.
think, but still.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Good question.
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Right?
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
I don't know if that's technically possible, but maybe?
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
Here's the thing about lockpicking. Like, I only have a very basic understanding of it, but I'm pretty sure it's not quite possible to have unpickable locks, but I could be wrong, so who knows?
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Shut up, asshole. Shut up, Redditor.
Hello? Why
Says someone who's
exactly
on
can't that
Reddit,
be it?
But still. Probably uses 4chan as well, though, let's be honest, so never mind. Because she asked me to do something in particular, because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... switching rooms?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Right. Alright. Same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't, open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint.
Yeah, she's
Sketch
a
over
little
the
bit
next
cute,
sheet of paper,
honestly.
and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Interesting.
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Ooh. Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Sure.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very
Sure.
well then. Pay attention.
Oh shit. Alright.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yeah.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying.
No, it's wrong.
Yup. Because the door door plates.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
Wait 1 second. Alright. Oh shit, that's not it. Save. Yeah, I can save. Okay, okay.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Yep.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Yeah.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew that we had switched rooms.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Obviously.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
Or it was Makoto, but...
You can also infer as much from her note.
Yeah. Or, not Makoto, Monokuma. But yeah. There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
Yep.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that,
Because she wanted to kill... I thought she was gonna kill Makoto
we first
for
need
sure.
to understand what happened after she
But-
invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
It looks like she was trying to
What
kill
happened
whoever
then
she
was
invited.
Probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Yep.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
For sure.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Yep.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Well, the reason I know Sayaka's wrist is broken and this fake sword is because, well, the gold shit on her palm, or whatever it is, like the gold shit on her wrist. There it is. Present.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Yeah.
Is that gold?
Yep.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
I don't know why, but the way he said that... Actually, you know what? All of it, like, what he says just feels very without
And
emotion.
there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Yep.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
Not yet. What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Well, there's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yeah. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, you'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. But just like the weak spots, only one of these bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press Q to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release Q to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. That's what I'll be using. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes, this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck and have fun! Don't I have it set to just like normal? Okay.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. The sword-based sneak attack!
Nope.
No, that's wrong! Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Apologies, that wasn't supposed to happen. Right, we should be good.
Why not?
Give me 1 second.
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Yep. System. Save. Yeah. Just to make sure.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
We might not finish it today.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Yes.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Yep.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
Probably due to a block of
If they got
incoming
attacked
attack.
with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
Right.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
I don't
So
know
she
about
grabbed
that.
the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Me neither.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Oh, what part of your body are you talking about, Kyoko? But yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use the sword, which part of your body would have touched it? Her palms.
You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
The gold, bitch! Anyway.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, If you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Yep.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Has nothing to do with
No,
it, honey.
that's not it at all.
I wasn't sure what to call her because it's not really... Yeah. Anyway, there's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about whatever happens to the bathroom after night. Water can't be removed. The water was off!
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower for a
What? I'm sorry, what?
Oh my.
What?
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I can believe that.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
It's an insult.
Insult, obviously.
Yeah.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheet with the kitchen knife was...
Yeah, would have been the one without the sword. Sayaka. Yep.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But
Yep.
we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Yep.
And the one who attacked first was...
The one who lured them in, which they were gonna frame it on Makoto, it's Sayaka. So I thought she was gonna kill Makoto, turns out she was just gonna frame him instead.
Sayaka?
Yep.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
That's exactly what happened.
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Yep.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested
Yep.
you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms
Was to put
was
evidence
so
on
that
him.
she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Oh, I almost want to screenshot it to take it out of context, but whatever. Also, just the way that their fucking frames go, it's all just jiggly and jumpy.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
Yep.
But for that to
Makoto.
work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target
Yep.
knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Yep.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Maybe.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
But
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Yep. Hello, Mr. Stop Looking Back. We are about to actually end the stream in just a little bit. Maybe after like the next bit of the trial, but yeah, because I do have to get going.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
God, that face is...
Wait, then
Right.
you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Regardless, I do want to save here just because it's been a little while. Alright.
Hey, hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Oh, good point.
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah.
It might go a couple minutes more.
Who do you think did it?
Oh god. The fucking, like, mystic guy being like, oh yeah.
Makoto,
I don't know.
right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. You say until we do this thing, which will change that entirely. Okay, we only get one. Fine. I guess that explains stuff.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No.
No, it's wrong!
There's one more clue, one final clue. We have not yet
There still might
thought
be
about.
one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it here. Actually, I'm gonna just save, because I do have to be going because I am hungry. And like the reason that we started the stream late was because I had a headache, so yeah, it's just, today has not been my day. Also was one of the few people working on Memorial Day, so yeah, that's fun. Basically, today's not my day, but I'm gonna try and like do some more streams this week that should be longer. But yeah, I can't really stay that long today, so today we are done. But thanks for tuning in if you did. I try to stream about 4, but I had to stream at 5 today. 4:30 is really kind of where I try to go for actually, but yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for joining.